Volunteers, volunteers, Jackie.
Thank you all so much for coming.
Rocking the boat has done a lot for me.
I love rocking the boat because it keeps me off the streets. This boat took us 4 months to do.
We are Rocking the Boat, which is a youth development organization based out of the Bronx.
They take a whole semester here of school to work together in a group to really come together and create something that starts as nothing, and they see it from the roughest roughs-on wood through to this epoxy finished boat.
Rocking the Boat started as a volunteer project in college. I was 21, taking a semester off from college, and volunteered in this junior high school in East Harlem, and the teacher there said he had a dream to build a boat, and I'd never done anything vaguely like that before, and it sounded like a great idea, and so that's what we did. I volunteered once a week, and we built this little 8-foot dinghy that we launched in the pool at the basement of the school after about 8 months, and it floated. And just the idea of it was junior high school kids at that point, teaching junior high school kids to use hand tools and power tools and learn stuff that actually mattered in the world around them was just really, really thrilling for them and for me. And that's really how it began, and it's just kind of grown steadily. So the launch will be at 4 or there around when, you know, it's kind of one of those critical mass things. Do we want to have a couple of boats out just to have some fun or not?
I think it would be nice. Wooden boat building specifically is good for, it's a good vessel for experiential education because it is something that is very demanding both mentally and physically.
It's just amazing. Like, it seemed like just yesterday we was working on this. We had to work together, we had to communicate, we had to show one another that we could trust one another. So, you know, you don't want to work with nobody that has like a power tool and they're gonna hurt you. So we had to learn to trust one another and everything.
All right, we're catching, we're receiving. Out of all the boats that we've done, this is our most beautiful and most sexiest boat ever. Aurora was our Cadillac, our older boat, but until they painted her white, she doesn't really have it anymore, and this is our new Cadillac.
It's almost finished with it, and it looks real good.
This is so awesome, so cool.
Rocking the Boat has this thing that it sees things in students or kids that they might not see on a regular basis in themselves. So if a student might not think has low self-esteem, hey, you know, you have great leadership qualities and you could do this and this and that. So I think that's great.
Before this boat hits the water, and always before a boat hits the water. She doesn't know her name yet. It's just written here, but she doesn't know it. We have to tell her.
Oh, your name is Essence.
So what we're gonna do is we'll lift her, put her right on the edge of the water, and then we'll name her, and we'll pour some water on her.
Nice.
For safe voyages.
Bronx River water.
That's right.
Which will bring luck.
We christen you, Essence!
The real skill that we're trying to teach is not boat building as much. It's more trying to give kids a grounding in building something with their hands, be that a boat, which is a very charismatic object to capture their imaginations. But I think the major benefit that we're trying to give them and that they do get out of it is that they realize that something like this is possible, and that really gives them a sense of a longer-term vision.
So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna split you guys up into 2 different groups.
People who have been here before, you're gonna go on and do something, and those people who have never been here before, we're gonna kind of start from scratch.
You guys are gonna be going out in the water along with Chrissy. Those of you who have not been here, you guys are gonna stay on land and we're gonna hang out on land and we're gonna do some cool, fun stuff here. I am an on-water educator. I teach high school students how to row a boat out in the Bronx River. I teach them basic boat terminology and I teach them some water quality testing as well.
I started this program actually as a student. and worked my way up from student to intern to apprentice, and now I get to teach kids.
I love working with the kids. It's always different, it's unpredictable. You never know what you're gonna get. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That's a lot better. It's a challenge knowing how to act on that particular moment, so it's pretty cool.
Bob, you're gonna be in Essence today, okay? All right, with these fine young people here.
At Rocking the Boat, we see our students as whole people. So they come to us because they're interested in being boat builders or going out on the water, learning how to row, learning how to fish, how to navigate. But in reality, they have all these other interests that they want to pursue, and the idea is how do we figure out how to assist them in pursuing those things.
They are still working as boat builders and the on-water environmental science aspect. However, we teach them how to use those skills and transfer them to any career path. We teach them how to dress, how to present themselves in the best possible light.
It's time to go on a boat ride. Yay, with your big sis. Are you happy?
And how to show that the skills they've learned here and other skills that they have and how they're marketable skills.
So today, Rocking the Boat is throwing a barbecue for the public. We're giving free public rows. We're going to show the footage of what the students did so far in semester.
You know, since Rocking the Boat first started in 1996, you know, it's evolved for so many years now. You see all the past boats we built it, we always launch it into the Bronx River.
And this boat specifically is kind of the flagship boat of Rocking the Boat.
Anything else? Yeah.
My wife works for Goldman Sachs and they volunteer for Rocking the Boat once or twice a year, and I love to come down here because they do a really good job and their program is really excellent, and I'm making oars today.
I'm gonna call you right back in if you guys start arguing like brothers. I know you're brothers, but you have to get over it.
I think the fact that so many children out of the community get involved with us, it makes them connected. It makes their families connected to your organization, and through the organization connected with each other, and it gives you a community sense.
I love Rocking the Boat because it keeps me off the streets, and like most people don't get a chance to do stuff like this, and it's fun.
I'm only 9 years old. I have to wait until like 14. I'm 15 to 18 to ride Rocking the Boat.
Us kids, because we're too young, and like we got our own little club for we could ride our boats every Friday, but today's Saturday, so they just told us we could come out to take a ride.
I think it's a good experience because I get to work more with like after school teenagers, a lot of people who need this program, so to keep them off the street. So that's why I like Rocking the Boat, because it keeps people off the street, and it's just like it gives them that positive thing. They don't have to do anything negative.
Rocking the Boat has done a lot for me. I've been there since 14 in high school. I graduated from high school, and I've still been with the program. They helped me do a lot with schoolwork. They really focus in on your schoolwork.
Eddie has been recently accepted to the Carpenters Union Apprenticeship Program.
Working with Rocking the Boat, they found a way to talk to the Carpenters Union. And yeah, I got an interview, I got in, they said I sailed right through my interview, and it was Rocking the Boat that helped me out to find it.
My daughter likes the program very much. She's made a lot of friends there. She's been doing really good in school because they really look at the academic skills there, and there's just a lot of good things that came out of this program.
The only criteria we have is desire and the ability to show that desire and effort.
Good job, you did a great job.
Can you take the bearing wheel?
194.
You can show that through a written, very, very simple written application. You can show it through your interview, just through showing up. And we don't base it on grade point average or prior experience or anything other than kind of the brightness in your eyes and the desire to do this work.
So today, we're heading down to the oyster reef. So this was built by both on-water groups over the last 2 years. It's an artificial oyster habitat in the Bronx River. Just so you know, when we built this reef, we didn't place oysters out there. What we did is we made the habitat around really, really nice so that the oysters in the area, when they spawn, their babies will want to live there. Does that make sense?
Since I've been working in the Bronx, on the Bronx River, one thing that I've noticed is that it is an amazing wildlife corridor. The program should help the students to reconnect, with the natural environment and start to feel ownership of it and want to do something good for it. This place is wonderful, and it makes the kids feel good about being here. It's kind of an island in the middle of an industrial area,
We work on environmental projects out on the Bronx River. So this is not just a job skills project. Everything on water does, including your project, which is monitoring the oysters, the live oysters, how they're growing, goes into designing and creating these reefs here. So the job skills program is designed to set everybody up for their next step in life. That's the idea. And our tool that we use that is by working on real environmental restoration and monitoring programs.
Since you guys brought the boats, that's our way to get out to the site. So we want to put back what we found today because we saw the oysters on them, but if we don't put them back in the water, they're not going to survive.
These guys here over the summer built an actual oyster reef off of Soundview Park, and what we were working on today was going out to that reef and monitoring to see how successful it was. And we were actually really surprised. It was about 9 times as successful as the reef we built last year. With the oyster work that we're doing, it was so great to be connected with John Brady and the Sandbaggers, because those boats were out doing that type of work so many years ago.
I got connected with Rocking the Boat because I had designed a boat that had appeared in Wooden Boat magazine. Adam Green, who runs Rocking the Boat, saw it, he liked it, decided that that would be a project that his kids would do.
I called the museum, I said, yeah, I'm trying to track John Brady down. Do you have any idea of where he is, if he's still alive? And she said, yeah, he's standing right next to me actually, here, and gave the phone to him, and he was just incredibly helpful. And in fact, about a week later was going up to Newport, I think, and stopped in the shop.
Oh, you could see the pride that they're taking in their work. You could see that from the first time that you met them, and them pointing out the things that they were doing. And their operation, I thought, was really cool, in a storefront in the Bronx, making traditional boats. I mean, how could it be better than that?
While John was up at the shop, he was so gracious to invite us to come down to Toms River and get on the Bull and the Bear, the 2 sandbaggers he had built a number of years before, and go sailing in an environment very much similar to our own Bronx River environment.
And this is a really good connection between how boat building and environmental stuff was hand in hand. It really is. These boats were oyster skiffs. They went out to gather oysters, and whoever got back first set the market rate to sell their oysters. So they got bigger and faster, and then people started racing them, because that's what you do and it's a lot of fun. And that's where this all evolves. So I mean, it goes hand in hand. I know that's a corny, cheesy point, but it's what we're doing. It's both programs together. Yeah.
I'm about to say, let's grab some life jackets.
Trimming the jib is a hard job. Your legs will hurt, your feet are gonna hurt, and your hands will get caught in the rope.
The secret to trimming the jib is you have to make sure you look at everything before you do anything.
Steering the boat takes a lot of strength. It's fun, but it takes a lot of strength.
I thought sailing was great. It was a new experience, first time. The rocking was nerve-wracking. Like, it came at any time. You had to be on your feet, tipping toes at all times.
Now, these are a bunch of kids from the Bronx who have done a little bit of sailing in the Bronx River, mostly rowing, and to put them on a boat like this and take them out and go fast and show them how the team had to work. It was really neat to see that, the roles change, and to see the kids have an experience that was completely outside anything they had seen up to that point.
in many ways, when I started rocking the boat back in 1996, I saw myself as the first student. I was trying to experience a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment in my life that I didn't see elsewhere, and soon realized that I was offering the same thing to the young people I was working with. And now here we are, more than a decade later, and thousands of kids have experienced that fulfillment and that accomplishment, and it makes me so proud.